Hi friends, your violin teacher here today, and I want to talk to you a little bit about tuning with the pegs. Now, a lot of times we use the tuners for a long time, but then you upgrade your violin and you find that you only have a tuner on the E string and you haven't practiced tuning with the pegs. So first, just let's discuss the mechanics of tuning with the pegs. First of all, you may already know that the holes that the pegs go in are tapered. They're tapered from thick to thinner, and so is the peg. So they are what we call fitted. They're fitted in there. And so if you begin to turn the peg, it will come loose unless you push in as you're turning. So when you turn the pegs, you have to push in, and that's doing two things at once. Walking and chewing gum. No, I can't do that. Can you? Well, we have to. Not only that, but all of the professional and even upper intermediates will tune with the violin in playing position. So how do you apply pressure against, let me get to where you can see it, against the, how do you push it in? So it's really hard, especially the A. So here's what we typically do. We typically start with the A. We get a good pitch in our ear. And a lot of people use tuner apps or something like that. I have this old-fashioned thing here. So I'm going to get an A. And you can either let that run or you can just listen, and then that's pretty close. If I had to tune my A, I would have the violin down on my knee, and I would be applying counter pressure here. I would be pushing here, not here, because when you're turning, you're pushing in. So don't push against this, because then that makes the bottom of the neck susceptible to come loose and open seams. So watch for that. Apply your counter pressure here, tune your A, okay? Now, at this moment, and same thing goes for any other peg that you have to do this way or in playing position. Turn this thing down first, go down, go under the pitch, and then apply your counter pressure. And I'm not sure if you can hear that, but I can hear as the string goes up. Did you hear it drop? Now I pluck the string, counter pressure, and listen for it to go up. So orchestras and violinists in orchestras tune to the oboe, which plays the A at the beginning. If you've ever been to an orchestra performance, you'll hear the orchestra go silent, and then the oboe will play an A sustained, and the violinists will begin to tune. They'll go all around the orchestra, but when it's time for the violins to tune, they start with the A. Okay, so when you're starting to tune, you don't want to be like, really pressing or anything, because that alters the pitch a little bit. So always start very gently at the tip. Let's see. So I'm not going to be able to do it because of the angle of the peg. You see how I'm going to drop it down. And my pegs are just sticky enough, they'll probably stay. So I still have that in my ear, but I don't know if you do. But so the hardest part is getting that A, all right? So I've got the A. Now the next thing is to do the other strings, and D is next, all right? Now it would be nice do you see how my G is? It's really easy. The peg angle is pretty easy. You can't always guarantee that when you're stringing up your violin. And in this case, my G right here is not in a very handy position. So it's just, a lot of times I'll put my hand right up, my thumb, the bottom of my thumb, the base of my thumb against it, and then my finger over it like that to turn it down first. But we'll get to the G in a minute, okay? No, that is the D, actually. notice that I have this pinky here and I'm sort of squeezing it as I do it. All right, so I want to do my demonstration of listening on the G string because it's better angled and it's easier for me. It takes a lot of hand power to do it that way. But you need to be playing it as you tune it. So it would be nice to, when you try to pluck the string, you don't always get a nice, like the exact pitch too. So that's really not perfectly in tune, but go from the A and go under, play the two strings together, and then go to it. You hear it's like a car horn when when they're not together, and then it'll just sound like the two pitches just lock in, and you'll hear it. So let's see if you can hear it. How it almost sounds like a chord, a decent chord or something, where the notes fit together with each other. All right, so now we're going to do it on the G. All right, got a little bit more power here, so I'm going to use these two fingers now, and I'm going to put the other fingers on this side and kind of keep out of the way of this peg right here, but just pressing right here, pressing this way. All right, now I'm going to go under the pitch. I'm going to start at the tip gently so I don't alter the pitch as I'm playing. And go under and try to match. The sticky pegs. Did you hear? Now, if I don't like it, I'm going to go under again. Try to get on the upper side of it, so go as far as you can and still where it still sounds like it's locked in. So I'm going to go this time I'm going to go under and above it a little bit, and you'll see what I mean. You hear how it went too high? My pegs are really sticky because of all the rain. Close enough for government work, right? And then the last string to tune is the E, and I have to reach for the tuner right here. So we never use the peg for the E. We never do that unless the violin is on your knee. Okay, so I'm listening to my A. I've got a lot of leeway here. And then you can play a little harder to, see if it sounds good even when you're playing a little bit more heavy. All right, I hope that helps you kind of get an idea of what happens when you're tuning with the pegs. If you have any questions, you can leave comment for me in the section below. And if you got any ideas from this video, I hope it was to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. I sure appreciate it.